Upland is taking a major step towards a more open marketplace, and with today's update, Uplands can now be purchased directly through the Uppie's website using Uppix or USD. This makes them easier to discover, makes them easier to buy, but this update is also about a bigger shift. The future of Metaventures, direct marketplace listings, shipping, storefronts, and how players buy and sell across Upland. The goal is simple. We want to reduce friction, we want to preserve the value of location in Upland, and ultimately we want to create a more active, player-driven economy. That's what this update today is. It's the future of Metaventures. It's our vision. It's still in active development. The Uppie site is live, but the two are related, and we'll go over that in a minute. Again, you're going to want to make sure you come and read this announcement in full. This is just a 10,000-foot view that we're taking where we go over the main bullet points here. So first up, we do have Uppies, and they are easier to trade now on because you can do it on the website. Let's actually jump over to the website here. And let me actually reduce the size here so we could see this better. So this is the Uppie's website here. You can see I'm logged in. Fun fact, you may not have known that. If you go to upland.me/Uppies, you can log in. You can see your Sparklet, your Uppix. You can purchase Uppix from there. And then you can also take a look at all the details. You can browse Uppies by levels. You can see how many are unminted, how many are claimed, unclaimed, who owns what Uppies. You can see all the IPUs, etc., etc. It's a great website. If you didn't know it was here, go check it out, upland.me/Uppies. Now, the Uppie's website has been updated today so players can buy Uppies directly from other players on this website. No need to go into Upland. You can list them on Upland. Any Uppie listed for sale in Upland, you're on your app, you list it for sale for either Uppix or USD, will now appear here as well on the Uppie's website. So buyers no longer need to visit a Metaventure in Upland to purchase an Uppie. This makes Uppies ultimately easier to discover, buy, sell, collect, and this is part of a bigger plan with Metaventures in the future. This is just phase one. So, but let's go over it. So how do you get there? You go to browse all Uppies, and you go to filters, and then now you see this button here, on sale. Now, if you don't see it, just clear your cache in your browser and it should pop right up, hit refresh. But again, if you don't see it, just clear your cache and it should be there. So if you hit on sale, and then we close the filter, you can now see here are all the Uppies on sale in, these were listed, put on sale in Upland, and now you can browse here on the store. Now, like I said, this is just phase one, so we will add more filters in the future. Now, Upland is also testing with this the ability to directly list your Uppies from the website. So I can list now inside of Upland, and it will show for both Uppix and USD, both in Upland, and now also on this website, the Upland.Uppie's website, an external facing website. Super valuable. You can see how long-term that could be valuable for players. For now, though, if you choose to list your Uppie on the website for sale, they can only be listed for Uppix. And these listings don't appear in the game. They only appear here on this marketplace. Remember, this is just phase one. There's a lot of technology behind the scenes, a lot of development that has to happen for it to work both on the website and inside of Upland the same way. So right now, the best way to list your Uppies is inside of Upland, and then they appear both in Upland and on the website. But you can, if you so choose to, list here on the website. Just phase one, more features will be added over time. Let's come back to our announcement over here. Let me boost this up so we can see. So that's all things Uppies. Again, you can purchase directly from there. It will go directly to your wallet, so you don't have to go inside of Upland. But if you list in Upland, it does show up on the website. So the future of Metaventures. This is the bigger marketplace vision, and you can see here now how these tie together. This update connects a larger redesign of Metaventures that is coming. We're working on it right now, both Metaventures, and the goal is to increase marketplace activity, just make it easier. Today, many items need to be sold through Metaventures, and here you can see an example of what it's like when you search for an item for Block Explorers, for instance, and then you see a Block Explorer Metaventure shop. Now, this system has worked, no doubt. The secondary market is actually doing really well. It's on fire. I think we posted April's 435 million Uppix and $133,000 USD in the month of April was exchanged between players on the secondary market. That's huge. That's a healthy open economy for sure. But this current system does create friction, and friction can be a problem. If selling requires too many steps, fewer items get listed. If buying requires too much travel, fewer items get purchased. And so Upland is exploring a more open marketplace where players will be able to, instead of having to list in a Metaventure, as a player, I can just list that item directly. We think this would give buyers more options, and sellers would have fewer barriers. The marketplace activity would become easier, faster, more searchable, and that's all good for Upland players and the Upland economy as a whole. So here is an example. Think about the Amazon-style marketplace. Here's an example of what the future searchable marketplace could look like. The example here is anybody would be able to list directly to the marketplace, and then when you search for it, you'll be able to see it there. Again, this is just an artist rendition. It's a concept. Final designs will vary, but you can understand kind of what we're going for here with the marketplace. So direct marketplace listings would require updates to location-based shopping. Today, if you own a property in the same city where a Metaventure is located, you can place that purchased item on that property. But with direct marketplace listings, players could buy and sell more broadly, which changes how we have to handle location-based purchasing. So items could be delivered to properties outside of a seller's immediate city in the future under this model. But to support that, Uppie's shipping fees would be introduced. The further an item has to travel, the higher the shipping fee would be. Now, you'd get your item immediately. The shipping is a simulation, though. So, for instance, if I'm in LA and I'm in New York, let's say, and I'm buying something from someone who's in LA, who's listed it, their home address is in LA, or their Metaventure is in LA, however they decide to list it, because remember, you don't got to go through Metaventures, you can list directly here. I'm going to pay a higher price in shipping Uppix. Let's say this is an example, pure example. Let's say 1,000 Uppix in shipping for that item versus if I'm in Bakersfield and I pay 100 Uppix for that item. You can see the distance much closer is going to be cheaper, further away, the higher the shipping fee is going to be. Now, this reduces marketplace friction because anybody can sell and anyone can buy from anywhere in the world, but it still preserves the value of location. So travel still matters because if you travel, it's going to be cheaper. Property ownership still matters, and location still matters inside of Upland's economy, but we've broadened who has the ability to sell by giving you that ability to go not through a Metaventure, but directly to the market yourself. So the question here, why should I own a Metaventure? Well, under this new model, Metaventures would still matter, but their role's going to evolve. So instead of being required to sell certain items, as I as a player have to go through your Metaventure shop or list in a Metaventure shop somewhere, if not my own Metaventure shop, Metaventures would become location-based personal storefronts. So owners could curate items, they could build a recognizable shop identity, they could create a more discoverable shopping experience that way. So for example, again, using the Amazon-like experience here, the Amazon-like marketplace, if you buy an item from Miles on the marketplace and you see, oh, Miles listed this Block Explorer, and Miles owns a Metaventure, you could click on his name and a full storefront would pop up, seeing everything he has listed, view the location of his other Metaventures, browse and shop his dedicated seller page. Think of it like Amazon. On Amazon, brands have storefronts. So you search for, say, I need a teddy bear. You go, you click on the teddy bear, and Toys R Us, that's a bad example because Toys R Us is out of business. Bear Shop has a brand page. You can buy the bear directly, or you can click on their brand page, and now you can see everything that they have for sale. Brands have dedicated pages. That's what Metaventures would be in the future. Now, under that, Metaventure fees would obviously go away. There would be no Metaventure fees, but the benefit would be creating storefronts and give you more visibility as a seller. So longer term, this could create more opportunities, new opportunities for Metaventure owners and creators, curated storefronts and player created items. Oh, let me show you the storefront. Hold on. We did an example of here. So here's an example of, I click on the name and now I can see, oh, okay, this is Block Explorer Brazil, and this is everything that they're selling there in this marketplace. I can buy it directly from them, but I can see everything listed. So that would be how the benefit of a Metaventure, how this storefront in the new marketplace. So Curated storefronts and player-created items could be featured outside of Upland itself. This is huge here. This is why we're moving to this, because it's all about giving you all players more visibility for each other and then also outside of Upland. So similar to how Uppies are now becoming more discoverable through the Uppies website, this new model would be such that your items now could be, when you list them in game, they're now listed on an external marketplace website as well. It could help player created items reach buyers inside of Upland, but it could also help people discover Upland assets from outside of Upland. Under this model, there'd be no Metaventure dues. Obviously, we talked about that. Metaventures would become about curation. They'd become about discovery, location, identity. They would no longer be a required gate, though, for marketplace participation. Anyone could list directly to the storefront themselves, and I think it's absolutely huge. I think this would really open up the marketplace, and we're at Upland, we're very excited about it. However, we do want your feedback here. Now, in the article, we actually link to the feedback board here. This feedback board asks about, hey, what do you think of the new marketplace idea? We're working on it now. Give us your feedback. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? What do you want to see from it? What do you not like about it? What do you like about it? What are your pain points? We want to hear it all. So come to the article and leave your feedback here. And then we also do have a feedback specific for the Uppie site. So go check out the Uppie site, and then we want to hear your feedback there as well. What concerns do you have? What would make the redesigned marketplace better in your opinion? What features would you like to see? Feedback is especially helpful if you think this is a bad idea and it can explain why to us. If you think it's a good idea and can explain why to us, let us know. Your feedback very, very much helps. So big changes are ahead here for Upland. Between the Uppie's website update, the future Metaventure redesign here, the goal is clear for Upland. I hope you guys can see that. Make selling easier, give buyers more choice, reduce unnecessary friction, preserve the value of location in Upland, giving Metaventure owners better ways to stand out through their storefronts, and create a more active player-driven economy overall inside Upland. Upland's open economy is one of the things that makes it unique. Whatever we can do to make that better is going to benefit players, it's going to benefit Upland, it's going to benefit onboarding new players. These updates are ultimately meant to make the economy easier to participate in, easier to discover, and more valuable for players. And that's going to do us for today. Again, make sure you go read this update in full. Hopefully this helped answer your questions, gives you some insight on why we're doing some of the things that we're doing and how we're thinking about the future of Upland here. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on the feedback channels. We love hearing from you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in Upland. Bye-bye.